Okay, so mine's basically, like, it's actually about location. That's unit 5.5 in the syllabus. Okay, so now I want to start with the learning objectives. So the learning objectives are to explain the causes and the consequences of location and relocation. And domestically, who knows what domestically means?
In your own country.
Exactly, and internationally, okay, that's obvious. Consider the effects of globalization on location, okay, and assess the importance of location decisions to the success of a business and on functional departments. Who can make this into like a business IA question? Someone try.
Not me.
No one tries.
Just my sheet.
How far does location decisions contribute to the success of business?
Exactly.
To
what
Is that your IA?
no. To what extent does location decisions affect the success of a business? It's a question that can be asked.
That was just go.
So now, it's going to be with you. Okay? For the significance, location decisions are some of the most important decisions made by management teams. And it is one of the factors of production. So who wants to tell me the factors of production? Now.
land, labor, entrepreneur, and the capital.
Yes. So land is one of the main factors of production. Without land, there's no production. So now what makes a good location? It should be convenient for the customers. Low costs. Obviously, you don't want to pay such high rents that your fixed costs go high. That'll obviously lead to your unit costs increasing. Then you'd have to increase prices to get higher profits. Okay, then you want to look at the supply of labor and raw materials. If you have enough labor and raw materials to fulfill your needs as a business, that's good for you. And you, some businesses actually look for low minimum wages, and that differs. You know, like Nike, they had this whole scandal with paying such low prices and mistreating their employees, and that obviously led to an unethical image. But that could also be a factor you're looking at, and governmental grants. Who knows what that is? Yes, again,
Like subsidies?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, basically
The
the
government
money,
pays you. Okay. So what if fixed costs were high? Then profits would decrease, and then the break-even increases. So you'd have to sell much more at much higher prices in order to actually break even, and break even means when your costs cancel out your profits. And in high variable costs, what happens if you have high variable costs? Your profits fall. Variable costs increase the price, and so do the prices, so that you can cover up. And what happens when you increase prices? It's bad for your competition. Like your competitors would have lower prices and you'd lose valuable customers. And if there's high unemployment rate, customer income falls. So if there are a lot of people that aren't working, they might not be able to afford your goods. And for low unemployment rate, this is problems with the recruitment. It'll be so hard to recruit employees, and it'll take a much longer time, and it'll cost much more. So again, I'm trying to make you guys involved in this so you can actually learn something. Who can explain how poor transport infrastructure will affect your business? Yes, Zaid.
It'll cost more for you to transport your goods, so in terms
Yeah.
of ratio cost.
And it'll also take time to come to you. Thank you. Okay, so now factors influencing location. There are two factors. There's quantitative and qualitative. What was I saying? Okay. Okay, for quantitative factors, these are measurable in financial terms and directly affects your profitability. And these are things as grants, costs, and minimum wage. I spoke about it. Now I'm just dividing it into two. And qualitative, like it makes sense if you think about it. That quality, you can't really count quality. It's just something that's there. And these are non-measurable that may affect in the influence of a business, such as accessibility, land available, energy and transport, and relationship with suppliers, local labor and stuff like that. Yeah, no.
Why does a grant affect the location now?
Because if a government, like let's say I want to move to, I don't know, America, okay? And a grant is basically when the government gives out money. Like pays the business, okay? And why would I want that? It's going to help me. It's going to aid me move into a new location. It will help me increase my profits. I won't have to make my my prices so high. You get it?
Good, Jay. So this money does not have to be paid back.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
The reason the governments will give this money, now there's think about a rural area where there are lots of people unemployed. The government might tell a business that they set up their new business there, they would give them money to encourage new businesses to set up and encourage employment in rural areas. Okay, good, Jay.
Thank you. Okay, and now for clustering. And a business cluster, it's basically a geographical concentration of interconnected businesses, suppliers, and associated institutions in a particular field. Now, who takes ITGS here? Okay, I want to ask someone different. I'll ask Nader. Okay, so what's clustering in ITGS? Do you know? No, you haven't taken it. Has anyone ever heard of the word clustering?
Cluster sampling.
Yeah, in business, the sampling. It's when you divide things into geographical locations, basically. Okay, does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And no, I was trying to make a reference, but no one knows it. Just ignore the ITGS reference. Okay, now multi-store locations, and the name kind of explains itself. Where you're located in many different places, it's multinational, or it could be in the same country, okay? And now for its advantages, the transport costs won't be that high, like it won't be that hard to deliver from one area to the other, and reduced risks if one factory has industrial problems. So if one falls, you have the other one to live off. And its disadvantages, that if it's going to get so large, it's going to be so hard to coordinate between these different companies, and there'll be lack of control and direction from the management office. And then cultural issues, if you're moving to a new location and you don't know how to speak a language, it's going to be extremely difficult. And if sites are really close to each other, like in Lebanon there's one place where there's Starbucks and Starbucks right next to each other, they'll be competing against each other, and it's going to be really awkward for the business when you have your same products being competed against each other, and one's going to end up going bankrupt, or they won't, like both of them won't make that high profits, so they'll have to reduce the prices. Now for globalization, it's a new trend to relocate to a completely new location, and this is for obvious reasons. I'll tell you one. I want other reasons from you guys. One's internet. You can Skype meetings. It's easier to call. Everything's easier to get from. Like if I want to talk to someone in America, it's not as hard as it used to be. Who can give me another reason? Yeah.
Can you repeat your question? Are you saying why is it easier to?
Yeah. No. Why is globalization becoming a new trend?
Oh, because like lower transport costs.
That's another one. Anyone else, Maria?
The larger your market, the more profit you can make.
Exactly, Naya.
The lower labor costs depending on the country you move.
Yeah. Hero.
Buying and selling stuff would be a lot easier to access
Why?
online.
Okay.
Like a lot of people stay
Nah,
home and work.
Diversification. So if like
Yeah, exactly. If one fails,
the market fails and
Exactly.
you still have the
cash round.
You can.
Well, let's make this a flow house.
You can promote new products in different markets.
Thank you. Arya, come on.
For what?
Everyone answered but you.
For globalization?
Yeah.
An advantage.
Yeah. No, why would anyone go through globalization?
Because you make more money.
Well, I think business world's becoming more competitive. So yeah, you've got it. There is an angle of that. That's correct.
Yes, cameraman, do you want to answer? Okay, so it's offshore. Okay, so to define offshoring is when you send your process to another country. Like let's say you're Abercrombie and Fitch. You don't make an Abercrombie and Fitch's retail shop. It's in America. It's based in America, but they don't make their clothes there. They don't knit their shirts there. They get it from, I don't know, Vietnam or something like that, from a low-cost country. That's offshore. And when you get another business or a company to do it in another country, that makes sense? Yeah. Multinational. That's a business that operates production in more than one country. Shh, guys. Okay. Now, for advantages and disadvantages, you guys basically said most of these. Labor costs will be low. Technology is increasing. Railways and transport's much easier. Phone calls and internet. Okay, expanding markets. Someone else said this. Maria. Reduced risks. Nader. Economies of scale. Come on, no one said this.
Hiraj just said that.
Yeah, Hiraj, that's yours.
You love economies.
Okay, you all know what economies of scale are, yeah, when you expand. Then now it's against like the disadvantages, diseconomies of scale. I also mentioned these, and these are like harder to control, and then low morale. If you're one person in a huge business, you might not feel that special. It's true, okay? And then loss of control and bad image. This might happen, like the same incident happened to Nike. You all know what happened?
No.
I'm not 100% sure of the story. Anyone is? Who knows? Yeah, no, they weren't being treated fairly. Yeah. They got a really bad image, so now they're working extremely hard on their CSR.